Greetings, family. Welcome back to Metro Echo. For those of you who subscribe, like, and share or follow, I really appreciate that. It helps my channel grow. Let's grow together. Today, I'm going to be talking about this white supremacist group that decided to create a community in the mountains of Arkansas. I have a video that I stumbled across. It's Sky News. A guy did an interview with these people, and let's get right into it, because I have some stuff I need to say about this.
We are driving deep into the Ozark Mountains. The group's leaders are not from Arkansas, and they've chosen these remote parts for a reason. All the locals I spoke to knew only a little about the group, if anything.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's not my choice.
Yeah, but do you think they should have the freedom to do it?
That's what they want to do.
I think it's kind of a little fishy around here, but just be safe.
The leader of the group is called Eric All, and he's invited me to spend a few days with them.
Hey, Eric.
He insists what he is doing here is entirely legal, and that's key, because if it is, it could be a blueprint for many other communities to come.
Welcome to the Ozarks.
So I'm going to stop right there. So they say it's entirely legal. This means if they can do it, then we can do it. You feel me? So I'm not necessarily against people segregating themselves. I actually think that the Black American, Indigenous, Black American, African American, whatever you want to call it, I think we were doing better when we were segregated. So I don't necessarily see a problem with separating yourself from people, if that's what you choose.
Thank you very much.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture. Yeah, not just white.
White American culture. What is white American culture? Can somebody leave in my comments and explain to me what white American culture is? Because from my research and from what I know, they done took everything from everybody else and made it theirs. What is white American culture? It can't be music, because music, jazz, and all of those type of things came from black people. It can't be music, it can't be dance, it can't be, what is it? I want to know what white America, besides robbing people and killing Indians and taking people's land and stealing and taking stuff, and besides, what is that? What is white culture? White American culture, what is that? Robbing, stealing, and then saying it's yours, and then acting like you better than somebody else because you took what they had. Trump really got these people feeling themselves. That's what it is. That's what it really boils down to. So let's go.
If a white American.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, it's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out.
You don't let everyone into your home.
106.
Now, he kind of has a point. You don't let anyone into your home. And if they want to go up into the mountains and build them little huts and cabins and all that, if they want to do that, go ahead. We don't care. You're not hurting us because you don't want to live around us. We might not want to live around you. So that's how I see it. Go up in the mountains and see what y'all can do. See what you guys can do. I'm not mad. I'm really not mad that they don't want to live around us. I kind of think we should be segregated. What has being integrated really done for us, black people as a whole in this country? What has integrating done? besides, you know, people interracial dating and having all kind of mixed kids and stuff like that. Besides that, what has integration really done for us? You know, they came and took all of our land, and you know, once we integrated, they took everything from us. Destroyed Black Wall Street. And there was another black community, I think it was in Georgia, that was similar to Black Wall Street. I forget the name of it right now, but what has integration really done for us as a people? I think it's done more harm than it has good, if you ask me. So I'm not necessarily mad at them for doing this. They can be racist. They can do all of that, right? It's not going to, ultimately, it's not going to matter. It's not going to keep, you know, melanated people from taking back what's ours, what's rightfully ours. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop the train that's coming. So if they want to do that, I'm not mad at them. Stay away from me and I'll stay away from you. That's how I see it at this point.
60 acres taking shape, forest cleared, roads laid, cabins built. Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. I'm intrigued to find out what motivates people to give up their old lives for this.
We met here.
Oh, you met here? I guess he came here.
I met her on like day 3. So.
Oh my god, what a story. It beats Tinder, doesn't it? Like
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
David and Caitlin not only met here, they got married last month. They wouldn't be here without social media.
Somebody had posted a video of Eric.
Yeah.
I saw videos of them actually building stuff on the land. I was like, oh man, I gotta come check this out.
And I figure if there's nothing else like this in the country, like, it should at least exist.
Yeah.
Like, do people really think that we should never be able to choose our neighbors?
It wouldn't be controversial for any other racial group to do the same thing.
You hear what he just said? It wouldn't be controversial for any other racial group to do this thing. But when we tried to do it, guess who destroyed and burnt down and pillaged and robbed and destroyed Black Wall Street? White man. How does that make sense? He just got finished saying any other group of people can do it and it won't be controversial. But when we tried to do it, these very same people running their mouths talking this, right? Said it wouldn't be controversial. So that just goes to show you either he's miseducated or he don't know the history of, you know, when black folks did try to do their own thing. Every time we try to do our own thing in this country, who comes and gets in the mix and infiltrates it and destroys it? Y'all know. I don't even have to say no names. So it's just it's crazy.
I think it'd be quite controversial.
Well, if you don't have rules against it, then, you know, anyone of any race can come and be your neighbor, and they're watching the news, which is telling you that white people are, you know, the cause of all your problems and all the ills of society, and suddenly, you know, your children are much less safe because there's a lot of violence, anti-white violence happening to white people and white children.
Okay, where's all the anti-white violence happening to white people and white children? From what I see on the news, I see black men getting shot dead by the white man police officers. White male, you know, attacking black men, shooting us down, shooting our children down, shooting everybody, killing us. Police officers, you know, taking our lives and punching us through windows, and that's what I see. Where's all the white? Where's all the, you know, crime being committed against white people? How come I don't see any of that on the news? How come I don't hear any of that? Last time I checked, it's the white males that's walking in churches, shooting people, walking in grocery stores, shooting black people, walking in, places, walking in Walmarts and shooting up Mexican people. And, so what is he talking about? You feel me? So correct me if I'm wrong, but you turn on the news, you don't see all kind of white crimes that happen against white people. You don't see that. What is he talking about?
And so,
Specifically sort of motivated by racism against white people. What sort of things the heavens are about to...
I'd like to continue talking, but the rain starts and it comes down hard. The residents shelter in their cabins and night falls. The next morning. This is how the average weekend works at Return to the Land, or RTTL, what they call a work party, made up of residents, but also new recruits who have come to check out the project. It is hot, hard work. To join RTTL, you have to sign up to the Private Members Association, or PMA. And there are strict criteria for membership, as Scott Thomas, a board member and one of the founding fathers here, explains.
You have to be a PMA member to live here.
Yeah.
So you have to be someone of European heritage.
The group's logo, based on a Nordic rune, draws on that heritage. It is the PMA that the group believes makes this all legal. Once members have been vetted on ethnicity and other grounds, they can buy shares in the Limited Liability Company, or LLC. Those shares translate to acres of land that they can build on. Peter Seri is the brains behind the legal side of things.
Civil Rights Act is there for a reason, and this is a way around it.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll survive contact with the legal system, the courts, if it came to that?
Hopefully.
Do you think it's racist or not? Do you...
See, the reason why he's so sure that he can legally do this is because the President of the United States opened up the doors for these type of people to do what they're doing. The same way he flew all white South Africans from South Africa and brought them here, right? Do you see immigration running up on immigrants from France and Ireland and England? And do you see the immigration people running up on European immigrants? No, you don't. So, Trump has opened up. He got these. He's doing this. This is the Project 2025 thing. Like the critical race theory. They feel like this country, they're losing their country to brown-skinned people, melanated people. They feel like they're losing their, way of life, which is to be dominant. The white male domination. That's what make America great again, is make it great for white people again. Make it great, get rid of the diversity, equity, and inclusion. Get rid of these things that gives us an equal footing to be successful in this country, and set us back 100 years and let them get a foot, let them get ahead. Let them continue to get ahead and stay ahead and own everything and run everything and control everything. That's what this is all. That's what this country is going back to. It's going back to, when things were better off for the white class, the white people, basically. It just is what it is. It's just the truth, right? We can all see this. Everyone can see this. This is not, they're not even doing it under our noses because we see it. You would have to be a fool to not see what's happening to this country, what they're doing, who they're placing in power, who they're taking out of power. It just is what it is. But, people, this is not going to be the first group of people who do what they are doing. So we just have we have to come together and do the same thing. That's all.
Reject that term? Do you embrace it?
I don't know about that term. I mean, people use it in a lot of different ways. I'm sure there's a lot of people on the internet who would call me racist. I don't really know or care whether that term applies to me or not. Maybe.
Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, I almost don't know what racist means anymore.
I don't know what racist means anymore. But y'all building a town that y'all don't want, and y'all don't want no other race living around y'all. But these dumb people talking about they don't know what just deny it, even though we see it with our own eyes, right? Who do you think they learned that from? Their president, right? Okay.
A prejudice towards someone who's from a different ethnicity.
Well, actually, the modern definition of racism, according to critical race theory, all white people are racist automatically.
A lot of this is reaction to left-wing identity politics, critical race theory, and movements like Black Lives Matter. And fundamentally, this is identity politics, but white identity politics. And what they're building here is a safe space for people of European ancestry.
It's exclusionary, it's sort of an attempt at segregation.
Right.
Is that fair?
Probably.
While the men labour at the roadside, the women of Return to the Land are at work too, looking after the 6 children who live and are homeschooled here full-time. And they're preparing food for the weekly community dinner. The theme tonight, colonial.
I don't know, dinner's really important. I like feeding people, so I didn't want to put this off any longer than I already had.
Back in the day, when we first got
that food looked nasty, unseasoned. She's probably not going to cook it all the way either. It has to have some blood in it. But that food looks nasty. I wouldn't want to be there and eat none of that anyway.
the land here, there were only about 5 guys. I was living 40 minutes from here, and Jennifer was the first family to be on the road full time. So we started community dinners back then, and it would be pretty relaxed because there weren't many people. But it is nice. It's slowly growing. So
they've come here to live for a variety of reasons, but their dedication to the mission is absolute.
My name's Nikki, N-I-K-I. I'm 32.
Cool.
I'm a lady.
My name's Allison, A-L-I-S-O-N. I'm 29.
Right.
And Caitlin, C-A-I-T-L-I-N. I'm 31.
I think people just have a large misunderstanding of what's happening here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the biggest misunderstanding?
Well...
that we hate everyone else.
Yeah, it's not about that.
So it's not about hate, but we don't want to be around y'all. We don't want nobody living with us. Nobody's welcome. Nobody but white people, but we don't hate nobody. It's crazy.
Yeah,
By any
it's a loving movement.
I mean, on that aspect of it being loving,
Right.
I suppose the counter argument would be
Loving
it
movement.
could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do, and I think that's great for them. If other people are allowed to do it, I don't really see why whites aren't allowed to do it. It doesn't make any sense.
But the goal is to have lots of these communities, and for it maybe not to be rule for their...
She don't see why whites are not able to do it. But when we had our own community, which was called Black Wall Street, white people destroyed it. They ain't gonna talk about that though, right? Of course not.
to be cities on the same basis, right?
Yeah, that would be neat. I look forward to seeing how this movement grows over time.
There are other ways to increase numbers. Nikki, Caitlin and Allison all met their partners at the community. And RTTL is explicit about this. It has an online fundraiser to give cash rewards to parents of newborns as a means to incentivise population growth. Just before we arrived, they had donated $1,000 to a family for having their 6th child.
Is that part of the mission as well, to sort of have big families, to make the community bigger? Is there a sort of pressure there?
I don't think so. I don't feel particularly myself, I don't feel any pressure to have a big family. I think there's a kind of expectation here that you do want to as part of helping grow this thing that you're going to have kids.
There's not a lot to show around here. I basically just have the whole pasture area.
Peter is unattached. This is his homestead. He's been on a journey. He told me he used to be a liberal, a hippie even.
A knife is a tool. It has to be very sharp in order to cut properly.
He founded a commune in Ecuador, an intentional community based not on ethnicity, but veganism.
So this is your lot?
Yeah.
He's also immersed in internet culture, someone who delights in provoking reactions, a troll. On the group chat on the messaging app Telegram, he's posted the numbers 1488. The 14 refers to the 14 words, a white supremacist slogan. And H is the 8th letter of the alphabet, so 88 means HH, which means Heil Hitler.
Okay. You just got finished hearing the girl say that this is a loving community and we don't hate everybody. And then in the very next clip, old boy got his little secret subliminal Heil Hitler stuff going, right? So which one is it? You see there? They'll lie to your face. Oh, this ain't about hate. This ain't about Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler, though. This ain't about hate. This is just peaceful. We're just trying to, have our little commitment. But Heil Hitler, though. So, don't be fooled by these people. We all see it. We all know what's happening. We all know what they're about. And go for it. I feel like we should have our own communities and our own, we should be doing our own thing. That's what we need. That's what it's time for. It's time for us to come together, regardless if you call yourself indigenous or black Indian or whatever you want to call yourself. At the end of the day, these people are not looking at us different. We're the only ones looking at each other different. Stop running around talking about you're not African, and Africans need to stop saying that we're not them. We all share the same common ancestry, and I feel like we should come together and prepare for whatever the future has coming for us. Because it's these type of people they building. You see what they doing, and we sitting here arguing and bickering and with each other online and on the internet and on these social media platforms. We sitting here arguing about small differences, what you want to call yourself. We haven't even got it ourselves together enough to figure out what we're going to call ourselves. This group of people say this, we're this and we're that, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm not. We need to stop. We need to get it together because these people are building. Next thing you know, they'll have an army and we won't, because we so busy trying to be separate and disagree with each other about stuff and argue and bicker about who is who and what is what and all that. I feel like that's part of the propaganda that's been spreaded in our communities to divide us. Divide and conquer is our main issue. They always figure out a way to divide and conquer us. You guys are this and y'all that and we this and that and we all the same. Some of us has Native American blood mixed with us. Some of us has Native American ancestry, but some of us don't. Does that make you different than me because your grandma was Indian and mine wasn't? We need to stop, because these people ain't playing.
Because you put that in the Telegram, for instance. What does that mean when you place that in Telegram 1488?
Well, I use it as kind of like a funny comment throwback.
As part of that Nazi discussion, another frequent topic on the online chat is the Holocaust. Usually minimized, sometimes even mocked.
So the Holocaust, stands as a unique crime in the history of
Well, that's your opinion.
Really.
I think the Holodomor was much worse than the Holocaust. That's my opinion. I mean, we're allowed to have opinions.
Yeah, well, we can say they're both bad. The Holocaust was bad.
But do you know anything about the Holodomor?
Yeah, in Ukraine, the famine, I know a little bit about it, and I know it was awful too, and it was deliberate, but we can also agree the Holocaust is bad.
Well, you know, we don't have to say that one was objectively worse than the other.
I'm not saying one. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, was the Holocaust a bad thing?
So basically, all I'm saying is that I don't really see it as concerning that people are talking about Hitler when it's acceptable, it's publicly socially acceptable in the United States for leftists to support Chairman Mao.
It's quite difficult to agree on even the very bare minimum here.
It's just interesting, sort of, when we're coming to talking about the Holocaust, it's always about something else. And yeah, I think most people would agree the Holocaust was a bad thing.
Right.
But you're not willing to agree with that.
What, do you want to talk about the whole? I mean, it
fine.
seems like an interesting subject.
He don't care. He don't care about that. You're not going to convince him to care about that.
But
it is interesting stuff, but I also think that was a bad thing, but I think the Holocaust was a bad thing too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, are you asking?
Yeah, I'm asking, do you think the Holocaust was bad?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Holocaust is bad.
RTTL is based on exclusion, but that also means building community for those allowed inside.
I'm sorry, but that place looked boring and dry, and it's never going to thrive. It's going to continue to be boring and dry, and it's just going to be a gang of people moving there, building campers and hunting huts and hunting squirrel and deer and rabbit. You know, that's not gonna ever get nowhere. You know, so they could. I'm not even mad at them. Get out of here. Get away from me. That's how I see it. Stay up in your mountains. Stay up in them hills. Yeah, good idea.
This isn't just for our camera's benefit to present a veneer of clean, healthy living. It's central to the project. Like many far-right movements before them, RTTL's mission is to show that by excluding others, they can live purer, more natural lives. As they put it on their website, to cultivate wholesomeness, beauty, health, and hope. Let's talk about hope.
Well, that's it for me. I'm gonna leave it there. You know, let me know what you think in the comments. Let's build a conversation around this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or follow.